Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today we'll be reading War is a Strange Game, made by u/Shile3. Before we start, I'd like to thank you all for your interest in the channel. We're already almost at 500, and this is mind-blowing to me, considering I was doing this as a hobby. So, thank you all for subscribing. The link for the story is in the description. Hope you'll enjoy. Let's begin. The humans were an odd species, inhabiting just a handful of worlds they cultivated with great care. Peaceful, they were a race that, through thousands of years of development, had removed the worst of their animal instincts. Their worlds were marvels of harmony, with nature and efficiency. Each one was a completely self-sufficient paradise, and they dedicated themselves to perfection and artistic pursuits. This made them seem like easy targets for conquest, with their verdant worlds. The Interstellar Forum watched with growing anxiety as the aggressive Drituka Empire started pressuring the humans to submit. The Interstellar Forum did not have any formal power over its members and was mainly a diplomatic forum for the different races to discuss treaties and resolve issues. Eventually, the reptilian Drituka ambassador demanded that the humans submit or be conquered. The human ambassador, an older woman named Gabriella, gave a surprising response. "You are no longer welcome in our systems." Naturally, this wasn't what the Drituka expected, but they declared war and assembled a fleet consisting of the 6th Carrier Group as well as the 3rd and 4th Assault Groups. Some 120 ships and close to 500,000 military personnel. Space travel was still fairly slow, even with FTL drives, and communications were hindered by the reliance on courier ships. Travel between systems could take months or even years. Upon hearing of the attack, the Interstellar Forum voted to send an observer. The Drituka were dismissive and continued their hostility towards the humans. Arriving several months after the attack, the observers found the human system of Centaurus to be perfectly normal. No sign of any attack, no debris from a battle. Confused, the observers asked the humans what had happened. The humans shrugged and said they were not welcome here. Returning to report to the Interstellar Forum, everyone was extremely puzzled by the event. The human ambassador just smiled as though there was some kind of joke, and said they're not welcome. It helped explain why the Drituka were assembling an even larger battle group a year later. This group had 3 different carrier groups, multiple assault groups, and ground assault groups. Almost 2 million military personnel. Now, it was clear that whatever happened in human space hadn't gone according to plan. This attack seemed to be targeting the human homeworld of Terra. Of course, the Drituka ambassador Gutka downplayed the situation, claiming everything was according to plan, but it was obvious something bothered him. Again, an observer was sent out, and again they arrived to find a system that showed no signs of invasion. Once again, the human response was a shrug and a reiteration of, "They are not welcome here." A year later, at the Forum Hall, Ambassador Gabriella spoke. "The Drituka are not welcome, but we would like there to be peace." For all his previous bluster, Ambassador Gutka seemed diminished and kept his head low. For those familiar with the Drituka customs, it was a sign of submission. They had been defeated, and continuing to attack risked their empire being unable to defend itself. "We submit and end our war. You have the right as victor to declare your terms." The human smiled and said, "If you come in peace, you are welcome. We only ask that you retrieve your ships and people." You could hear a pin drop at those words, and Gutka opened and closed his mouth, trying to form a response. Gabriella laughed at the reaction from everyone. "When we detected your fleet traveling at superluminal speeds, we redirected them to another system where an interdiction field prevents FTL travel and shuts down most ship systems." Everyone's minds were racing at this revelation. The Bukhara ambassador was the first to speak. "But that is impossible. How?" Gabriella smiled, obviously enjoying this. "Not for us. We developed this technology long before many of you reached for the stars." She continued, "Your people are on the planet Kalsa 2, where they are safe. The planet is temperate and well within the comfort range for your race. They do complain a lot about having to grow their own food, however. We block all technology and weapons except for medical and construction. Your ships are parked in a safe orbit around Kalsa 2's moon, and just need to be powered back up." Gutka's eyes were wide in shock. "Our people are alive?" Gabriella nodded. They are unharmed and well. You have suffered no casualties. How? Why? I mean, our people will be grateful, but why go to so much effort? We attacked you. Gutka finally got out. Confusion was obvious, as a warrior race doing such a thing was difficult to understand. Gabriella had a sad look on her face for a moment. We humans are monsters and have done horrible things. We have weapons that can shatter planets and destroy stars. We have used them on each other and on other races. Our sins are many, and finally we realized we had to change after nearly exterminating ourselves. She looked up and took a deep breath before continuing. We changed ourselves. We chose a path of enlightenment and learned to tame the beast within us. We now live in peace with ourselves and our worlds. Looking directly at Gutka, she said, "Make no mistake, we still have deadly weapons. The beast within is tamed, not destroyed, and can be unleashed. But we know the truth about war, and this is why we chose not to destroy your fleets. War is a strange game. The only winning move is not to play." Thank you for listening. I'm glad to still have you here. And quite a twist. I thought they would have killed him for sure. Anyhow, if you have stuck around, go and show your appreciation to the writer on HFY. I hope you're having a good day, and I'll see you in the next one.